Hello everybody out there. Today I'm going to talk about first aid. I'm not a nurse. I'm not a professional in this field, but I think everybody has first aid around the house. Whether it's Band-Aids, rubbing alcohol, wipes, antiseptic wipes. But I actually went out and bought a first aid kit just to have little extra stuff. If you fall, sprain an ankle, your ACE bandages. If you're out camping and you're running around on a quad and you have a crash and you get a really bad cut, you're going to need more than just a box of Band-Aids to fix yourself. So I went online and I bought this first aid kit years ago. It was I don't remember what I paid, maybe like $40, but I couldn't pass up the deal. And it comes in this box, and it tells you what everything is in there. Everything's listed on that label. I added stuff to this kit. So what comes in this kit, you have antiseptic wipes. You have surgical sponges. It also came with allergy relief and your pain aid. This pain aid's a basic aspirin that you find in most of your first aid kits, like at work. It also came with a variety of gauze, different sizes. This is a 5x9. The surgical gloves, and your surgical gloves, I guess some people are allergic to latex, but if you go to the store where all your first aid products are, you can get gloves that are the hypoallergenic, I think they're called. It also came with the ice compress, and you can pick those up. Those aren't really that expensive. More bandages. Even has the safety pins. Now, I did add a few things. I know you have your swabs, first aid antiseptic. I got a bunch of these little swab patches, like rubbing alcohol. Those are all good to have for your minor scrapes, your small cuts. But like I said, it comes with a lot of different size gauze pads, bleeding stop bandage. And these are all good items to have, I think. And this would be good to have in your vehicle, too. I mean, if you get in a car crash and you bust your head open, or even to help somebody else out, it has a multiple trauma dressing. This is a big dressing here for that sucking chest wound. I added matches to get things sterile. Like I said, you never know. I try to think outside of the box on stuff. Some people may think I'm a little extreme. I also picked up radiation tablets. They're called potassium iodine tablets. It's for the thyroid. And I have more than just this one pack. I actually have a couple bottles. And it does give you directions on the back, how to use them, and if you're allergic to iodine, side effects, stuff like that. Also, you have dressing pads. You can use a bandana. I mean, if you need to sling your arm up, you can use a bandana for that. But these things are what came in my first aid kit. Like I said, I've added stuff to it. Another thing that I added to it is this trauma pack. It's a quick clot. It stops bleeding fast, and this would be used for a severe cut. Also in the first aid kit, it did come with a universal splint. Which, I mean, if you know how to make a splint, you can use just about anything. If you're out in the woods, you want to use green wood. You don't really want to use dead wood, because the dead wood that'll break too easy. I also, and like I said, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a doctor, but I did invest in a suture kit, to where if a Band-Aid is not going to stop the problem and you actually have to give yourself stitches or somebody else stitches, you can buy this product. And it comes with tweezers, scissors, and dang, I just lost my train of thought. Hell. Clamps. I forgot what they were called. But anyway, with the sutures, it tells right on this package what type of thread, and this little U here is the needle that is inside there. It shows you, that tells you, like this one here is silk braided black suture. Then there's a polyester braided, and this is a green suture, and the needle is a 25 millimeter. You can't really, but anyway, if worst case scenario, just to have this stuff as a backup, I personally think it's a good idea. I have to do some reading, learning. I have to look up stuff about how to do stitches. I heard different techniques in the past, like using chicken skin, or even I think the other one was pork skin, and practicing doing your stitches on that type of meat. But I mean, you can go out and pick stuff up at your local store, but like the The sutures that I've never seen them at like your Kroger's or your Walmart. I actually bought that stuff online. I have looked up first aid kits, trauma packs online, and they're not cheap. They range anywhere from, I want to say $100. I think you can spend up to $200 on some of the trauma kits that they have. But I mean, I like to be prepared for any situation that happens. If I can possibly do it, I will. Even if, and like I said in the past, we're on a budget. But the gauze, rubbing alcohol pads, the red iodine that you put on abrasions and stuff, you can pick all that stuff up at the store. But the reason I bought this kit is because I like that first aid box. It's handy as hell, and like I said, it's got a lot of room in it, and I have added some of my own stuff to it. I think I paid maybe $40 for it, like 4 or 5 years ago. The only thing that is in there that would expire would be your pain aid medicine, your allergy medicine. But as far as your gauze, as long as this gauze is not opened, I mean, they have a date on here. Like this one, it says to 2018, but I've never opened it, and I'm sure it's okay to use. This gauze here, I bought myself, and I just put it in a sandwich bag and wrapped it up, and I threw that in my first aid kit. But, oh, and the other thing, your hand sanitizer. I bought that and put that in there. I actually have a bottle of hand sanitizer in each one of my bug out bags. And then universal splint. And that's about all I have in here for now. Bandages. But like I said, you wanna have more than just regular bandages. I mean, if the power goes out in your house and it's out for a while, and for some reason you're walking around in the dark, which hopefully you're not, but you trip over the table or you fall down the steps and you get a bad cut, or sprain your wrist or sprain your ankle, you need a splint. You need something to help. And you can look this stuff up online too. But I just wanted to share with everybody about having a decent first aid kit, not just a box of Band-Aids or one little piece of gauze. So, I mean, keep that in mind, because it's better to be safe than sorry. That's what I always say. So I hope everybody has a good Sunday. Today's March 3rd, 2019, and I will talk to you all later. Be safe.